Hello there, everybody, and we're on Wicso episode 8, in which last episode we saw the Great European War breaking out, which saw Spain and Greece fighting Italy, Ukraine, and Turkey. We will immediately get right back into it. What we see is another advance from Turkey along the coast, getting far down into Thrace, also expanding into the North Thrace. We also see them capturing this island and a bit more, and becoming on the very brinks of the capital of Greece. All is not well for the alliance. The Greek team pushes out the advancement in all the Albanian region, as well as the Spanish pushing out and also taking these islands from Italy. We also see them pushing more and more out here, as well as on the front. We do see some of this Ukrainian nation making some very big sweeping attacks and reaching down to Turkey, cutting off Greek access to the Black Sea. And there for now is what we'll leave it for. To our second part of the episode, which we will go down to the Anatolian country as we see a bit of exploration going on with these. They go and explore a lot of this just area around it. Yeah. And they will go in and quickly just take over a lot of this land, a lot of northern areas of it, but we'll also see a similar event going on down in South Africa. The South Africans exploring all of the southern part of Africa. As we also see them also similar to the Angolans taking a much large sum of land. We'll go to all these Malaysian countries as we see them continuing to expand and explore this entire northern part of the island, as well as a few of these smaller islands that were taken over by this Maroon nation. Malaysians will also go back up the peninsula a little bit, taking over these islands and making a small enclave in this area, causing a border with the Maroon team. This desaturated yellow will claim a lot of this land, as we also see this team claiming a lot of the other part of the land, which dangerous play. They just stormed the militaries down here to force a border and not really colonize the border in the process of it. Then we'll come back to our Filipino team as they just take the remainder of this peninsula and reach up to them once more. Yeah. But as Europe continues to go into war, the rest of the world and well, these countries up here will go into what I will call the era of exploration, where there's a lot of more peaceful ties between the non-warring countries, which Mediterranean war. They just have a big emphasis on exploring and expanding and with less war. Well, so we'll just see a bit more exploration going on, especially in this Gulf, the Iranian areas, which we'll see a big force being sent from the surrounding nations, just go in. They're just going to explore nearly all the Persian land, Iranian land, like that. So explore into areas like this. See a similar thing in the Indochina areas of Southeast Asia. We'll just take a lot of these and a landing made on the southern part of this island, as well as the purple team also go down and around this Spanish part of the thing. They'll also explore a little bit further down into a little bit further down into mainland Africa, and well, we'll also see them quickly going around and taking a lot of this land. Also, this Iraq team will quite quickly also go down and taking a fair bit of this land here. As well as the team making a landing on just taking around here. The yellow team will take a bit. Ultimately, this green team will pull a quite a risky move and just lay claim and take over as much land into here as possible. You'll also see just a little bit more of India being explored, mainly by the Indians. But they also make a land border. I'll just quickly change probably the colour of the Central Asian country, because they're very similar to Egypt in India, and don't get them mixed up. Yeah, so now they're a nice orange colour to stand out a bit more to the Indian nation. But I think with naturally, let's just do it. So is this the third third British war, and we will see, once again, the English will invade back into Ireland and quickly take it, and annihilating the country, which I don't need to do a peace deal because, well, they just fully annex it. The capital is gone. That is not it though, because the Scottish country, which I'll just quickly land and just take over all of the Isle of Man and there's becoming two main players in the well, only two people in the British Isles now. No longer is there four or however many, it's just two. And well, these two countries are on friendly relations, and there'll be a certain event where the Prince of England and the Princess of Scotland will be married off, and that will unite the two countries. And so let's do that. Yeah. So the two new states will be united. We'll also the two nations will decide to move their capital and not favour one or the other. They will go ahead and put the new capital just in the middle. Oh, they're gonna put it right here. Right here, where the three riverheads meet to go to the sea. I think it'll be a defendable place and a nice middle ground between the two countries. This unification will also come together as they do a bit of make a landing onto mainland Britain, no Europe, sorry, as well as just quickly expanding their reach, slamming into the border of Spain, and not just stopping at Spain, but they will actually unofficially join the war on the side of the on the Septicon team. So it's just I can do that better. No, I can also do it better. They indeed join the temporary Septicon alliance against the Spanish. I'll probably let's do some power rankings. Yeah, do some power rankings. So yeah, I think the number one strongest will of course be these guys. Yeah, I think number two, probably looking at India, followed by number three being the Peach team, number four in Anatolia, number five being Spain, England, the UK will be six, Ukraine will be seven, Greece 8, Italy 9, and well, unaccounting for these, I'll probably do a separate power ranking for these because they're a bit less developed. And no, they'll have these bit guys being 9. No, those need to be 10. Sorry, but these are 10, 11, 12. A lot of them the other ones came out of Civil War, so they're not the strongest. I think go to 15th now. These guys will be 14, and Yeah, this will be and 15. And those are our power rankings for now, and we can come back for them whenever they need to be. So probably in a couple of more episodes or so. But as well as I'll also probably have some stuff off screen like major cities, as well as the cap. Well, the capital's already there. So just I'll probably add off screen a bit more to it, but I'll not do that now. For now, a bit more expansion of Ukraine. They'll have a few anti-war protests which won't be very successful, but instead the Ukrainian government will much allow the people who don't want to be a part of the war and just want to be peaceful, they will be allowed and mildly supported to go explore a bit more northern into this region. I've got words to reach this lake in which I'll explore around it a bit. A bit down here. Not obviously. And they'll set up another country, which where you will be the dark green colour. But not everyone will stay there, as we'll have two more branching people who will go this way around coast of Sweden, not Finland, sorry. We'll actually continue and explore around here, and they'll set up their country. Nice dark red country over here. The third group actually got a very long journey. Not only reach this I'll go down here, nearly reaching to the Central Asian countries, but they won't, as they just continue going in this really weird line, following a few rivers as they go. And this probably would be the least successful mission, because they're just going across Asia really. But yeah, there you go, all the way to here. We're finally reaching the Pacific. They will stop and just explore around a little bit and make a red team. Yeah, they went on a tremendously long journey from Ukraine to here and all the way across Asia just to in their mind to just get away from war. And in their mind it was worth it. Was it? Probably not. But hey, what you can do when the people are dedicated, they will do everything or anything. Yeah. We'll do a bit more for the European war. Let's turn off. Yeah. Once again, then the Turkish team will be able to fully seize and control the Greek capital, which will have some heavy repercussions as well. The Greeks were on a full downturn as their leader was captured, the capital has been seized. Just really, it's a mad dash. And we also see the Italians have to not successfully push entire army out of there, but also make land into Greece, as we just see the entire country collapse. It was a very short run for Greece in the war. Actually, still not a little island, but we'll say they'll survive on that little island. Yeah, they'll just have one army defending it with as much as they can. With that, the entire army of a majority of the European powers turns to Spain, and as well, the purple team, they can easily see that Spain is not winning it. So what they'll do is they'll just quickly run in, seize this, and just take it all over and not do anything with it. But yeah, here comes the Italians sailing on the boats, taking back their lands, as well as a successful push back to where the Alps would be is done, but unfortunately due to the Alps, the front lines will stall, and we'll leave it for the entire episode, but now we go to here, in which, yeah, we'll see a bit more happening on this coast, because I did ignore a whole lot of it last time. But yeah, we'll see the Californians exploring up to this little point here, coming down, exploring inland a bit. Well, by a bit, I mean a fair bit, as they'll, alongside the Aztecs. Oh, well, that was the same colour. No. A bit more careful then. Yeah. Just explore all of this. Darker colour to these then. Similar to a colour to Ukraine. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah. But we then see these people, the Baja Californians, exploring and taking a decent chunk of this part of the Mexico. That was the Aztecs pushing up to here. We'll actually do a bit more movement from the South American countries, as they not what I wanted. As they band together with strong alliance between the when it was at the war, and they were actually just together, quite unitary. Just expand and explore, all the northern parts of the South American continent, as well as Brazilian land, before quickly banding together and just mad dash going for whatever they can get or want with the Panamanians, or what I'm going to call them, the Panamanian country taking a lot of the coast. The Colombian country will take a lot of this inland area, and they'll take a lot of the Caribbean coast. That's starting to go into the far parts of this territory. Yeah. Why did I do that? Now, the Caribbean these Caribbean nations, they won't do anything actually, because, well, they can't unless they want to try to do a war, but they're already devastated by war. They can't do another war, so they're just sitting idle. Now this team Because as I explained last episode, the Floridian country, massive, really good that these countries all went to war. Because all the gold, all the funds that were as how in World War Two and World War One, the Swiss traded with both sides, stored the gold in the banks, and just profited hugely. Florida is taking the same sort of stance in that war. So with a lot of funds, they can do a lot more exploring as they map out the entire Caribbean coast single-handedly to the point where the Aztecs got anyway. They also expand much more up into this part, make a Great Lakes thingy. But these are in like the golden age right now, and with the golden age, there's a lot more wealthy people, and well, the wealthy. There's a lot of unoccupied land, and well, if you're wealthy and powerful, why not be even more wealthy and powerful as you take some of your people with you to go settle new lands? So that's what will happen is some barons and duchess or whatever they have will gather townsfolk and offer them opportunity to go wander off somewhere new. And they'll come up here, cross these lake, will go around the central part of not quite sure what state this would be because I'm not American myself, but they will set up a kingdom here. As well as another set of people will continue going to a not Newfoundland, sorry. Call that part back in grey. But they'll go what country would this whatever area this will be, Nova something. They'll make their kingdom here, which well they're quite rich too. Not as rich as well Florida over here, but quite rich. And speaking of Florida, they'll also expand into a lot of the new land. Actually, instantly make borders of the lands that did break away, and well, the Floridians are not upset about it. They're not too happy because they did have a lot of wealth, but they're fine with it. But the Floridian nation, quite peaceful, not militaristic, and they just want to have money and prosper. Leading to quite a big Floridian empire, say, on this coast. So the Californians, they explored, but they did not expand. I just remembered that. So just a bit of something for them as they also expand to compass nearly all of this land that they did explore. And to give a rough timescale, it's very loose, the timeline of this. I'd say the developmentally, they're probably early medieval to middle, like central medieval time period. So there's a lot of kingdoms and stuff. I think not a single one of these will be a republic. If any is a republic, I'd say it is probably some of these ones that Ukraine let go away. Possibly Iraq, but I don't think it would be. Some of these might, but I don't think they would. No. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So, like, subscribe, and join the Discord server that I'll put in the description. and you'll be notified when I upload, and just generally get in commune with me, because the ending to the war, it was also the Great European War was decided in my server actually. I did have a poll up and everyone voted, but 5 people, not many, but hey, yeah. So a few people voted, and that's how we're going to decide the war. If I need your help, yeah. Thank you for watching, and get ready for episode 9.